What is going on, everybody? It's me, JP, and today we're gonna talk about the best feeders for your praying mantis. Whether you have a bigger species or a smaller species or a species of praying mantis that lives on flowers or maybe on trees or maybe on the ground, maybe definitely these lists of feeders will be effective or good for your praying mantis. The first feeder that I'm gonna be talking about will be roaches. So not everybody love roaches, but if you are already keeping insects, roaches are definitely a must for praying mantises, because besides them being very active, you can definitely gut load them to provide nutrients to our praying mantis. So if you have for example a dubious species right here, or maybe Blatta lateratus like here, red runners right here, definitely they can be a good feeder for your praying mantis, but I do not really recommend them to praying mantis that lives on flowers, because sometimes, since these roaches doesn't climb any smooth surfaces, the flower, for example orchid mantises, they do not like follow or hunt these type of feeders. So the second best, well, for me, this is just for my opinion, the second best feeder for a praying mantis is flies or fruit flies, because first, they are very soft, their exoskeleton are soft, so they are good for the nymphs, and also they are good for smaller species such as the ghost mantis or maybe orchid mantises. Again, the only downside of feeding um, these type of feeders is, I mean, how do you keep them? Because compared to roaches, they are very much hard to contain, because some flies, they can fly of course, but since we do have this flightless fruit flies, but I guess these are not available everywhere. For example, this is not available in the Philippines, but if you are in the United States or maybe in the UK, they are very much available. The third third feeder that I'm gonna talk about, or that I would suggest, there's a lot of chickens outside. I would suggest superworms or mealworms. Besides them being readily available almost every pet shop, even in the United States or in the UK or maybe in the Philippines or in Asia. Hello chickens. They are much very affordable, available, and they can also be gut loaded just like the roaches. I'm not really sure about the flies, if we can do that, because I haven't tried actually buying flightless fruit flies, but you know, you can gut load them, so they can be a very good diet for your praying mantises, and they can be easily kept. They can survive in a tub. You can just provide them some fruits or vegetables and they can definitely thrive in that. And you can also breed them, so it'll be much cheaper. The fourth feeder that I'm gonna talk about right now is moths and butterflies. So this is the last one that I would suggest. For example, I've seen a lot of people breeding moths or butterflies in the United Kingdom, because I think they are much available on those areas. So but here in the Philippines, I've tried feeding some moths or butterflies, but those are only wild caught. But I don't suggest feeding wild caught feeders or maybe grasshoppers, something like that. I do not recommend feeding any wild caught specimens, especially they can bring parasites or diseases or whatever, so do not do that, okay? How about you? What would you suggest to our newbies to maybe for the feeders? What feeders do you recommend to our newbies or other fellow mantis keepers here on the internet or maybe around the world? Comment down below your suggestions and I would definitely read them, or maybe if it is really good I could pin them up so that everybody could see. Thank you so much guys for watching. You have a great day and see you on my next video. Bye bye.